Good Sunday morning, everyone. Welcome back to Home Fun Spin Cafe. Today it's just me. Becky is doing other things today, but I'm going to be showing you some things that I've been working on with the record player that I said that I was going to be creating. I'm creating a suitcase and everything. But first I want to show you some of the records that I picked up this week. I went to a thrift store, and usually at these thrift stores that I go to, particular ones, the records are already picked over. Now I don't know if they're picked over by employees or whatever, but they had a lot, and I went through and I came across 3 records that were turned around backwards, hidden way back in the corner, and it just seemed strange to me. And I'm like, I'm pulling these 3 records out. And what they were, I don't know if they were hidden because someone else wanted them, but I got them. So this is Judy Collins. Really cool, Wildflowers. It's a really nice pressing, and they're all 3 of them here. This is another one called Golden Apples of the Sun, and the other one is, what's this called, In My Life? Yeah, In My Life. So these were really good condition. I haven't cleaned them up yet, but they were hidden, and I do like her. I like her stuff. You don't see much of her in the PC, and I figured that I'd grab those and show them to you. Other ones that I got. I got the new James Taylor. James Taylor's amazing. I think this is a great legacy album for him. When he passes on, this is something that is going to be lived on forever. I really believe this is called American Standard. I showcased this, saying that I was going to buy this a few weeks ago, and when it finally came out, I had to grab it. It sounds amazing, acoustic, very raw, but these are songs that James grew up with when he was a child, that he listened to, that resonated with him, and probably had influence on his music career as well. It's different than his other stuff that he plays, but I think any James Taylor fan will definitely like this album. You have to get it, pick it up, put it in your collection. There are songs that are written by other people. He rearranged it for his sound. He made it his own. He put his own little twist on every song. And there's documentaries online that James is going on and explaining each song and what they mean to him and why he decided to write them and create an album. And the last one before we go out to the shed is this one, Gary Clark Jr. This is from last year. I have not listened to this yet as far as the physical media here of a record. I listened to it online, and I really liked it. This was secondhand for some reason at the record store. They had it in a secondhand bin. I got it for $34.99. Right now, if I bought it brand new, it's pretty close to $39, $40. And it's a really nice album. A lot of people know who he is, and he's been bringing these albums out quite often now. So like I say, this one's last year's. It's my very first album that I got of him, and I really enjoy it. I wish it had, I kind of wish that was the cover photo. I think that would have been better than this. Why he went this route, I don't know. But really cool album. There's not much more I can say about it. I don't know the artist that well. I recognized his name and his sound from listening online, and I had to get that album. So let's go have a look at the record player, and I'll try to break down a little bit and tell you why I'm doing some things and what it currently looks like, and tell me some suggestions if you like or dislike or anything at all. Let me know in the comments. So let's go do that. Well, I've been really busy with building a new record player, because the last one I liked, but I want to make my own suitcase one. That includes a suitcase and everything. So here's the beginning of everything. I mean, I put a lot more stuff into this off camera, building the box. This is the base. This is where your everything is going to be happening. All right, this is where your platter's going to be. Your arm's going to be up here. All the controls and wiring and all that's going to be in there. I haven't decided yet where I'm going to have this placed. Yes, there's going to be a lot more put into this. These are going to be on springs or cushions of some sort. Over here is my speaker. This is hollow too. I'll show some pictures along as we go along and have a look at this. Up in here is where the wires are. So this is going to sit in here like this. So that's going to be the top part of it. So this is where I'm at right now. There's a lot more to building a record player than there is to building a turntable. There's a lot of components, a lot of electronics and stuff like that that are inside of it. Because when you think about a turntable, it's just bare bones. A turntable just has a belt of some sort that's going to move the platter, and then you have a cartridge, but it does not create sound. You need some kind of amplifier, some kind of preamp. But when you're building a record player, like what I'm trying to do, I have to learn all the components of record players. So what better way to do that is to buy a bunch of garbage record players that work, so I can figure out the components and steal from those, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Over here I have a old BSR, and I'm studying it to find out what is going on inside of this record player. Now, what was really interesting with this particular record player, and this is an old Canadian Tire record player, is it has two volumes, independent volumes on it. I don't need two independent volumes. So, and it has an idler wheel in it. I don't want an idler wheel, but what is really cool is it has 16, 33, 45, and 78 on it. Not sure what I'm going to do with all that. But, as I'm looking underneath of here, here's all the wiring. I'm thinking, because this one here, this pod just controls your tone. So your bass and your treble. I'm thinking I only need to use one of those volumes. I'll just tag on. So I'll cut this off here and get rid of the top, or up here, and get rid of the top one altogether. All those electronics and stuff like that up there, I don't think I need. I'll just use the bottom one and team up with everything on there. The motor on this is very clangy and no good, so I'm not going to use this motor. This was old school, and you can see here that the idler wheel would jump up to different levels, and that would control the speed. I might use that, but this motor is no good. Now on this old record player, it has pretty well the same components, except it has a really nice motor that was made in Japan. And I believe this is from the 70s or maybe early 80s. I really like the cushions here. They might have to have some rubber renew on them, but it has pretty well the same hookups as the other one. This has the on and off here, but I can change this out to become an on and off by a button instead of mechanisms, and when the tone arm comes in and starts it up. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm learning as I go, and it's not costing me any money really, other than buying a record player or turntable. There's wiring, there's components inside of those things that you can utilize, and that's what I'm doing to help build my project of building a record player. So if you're ever into something like this and you want to challenge yourself, it's just like being a little kid. Your parents gave you a remote control car. I know when I was a kid, they gave me a corded remote control car. I cut the cord off and I thought that I can try to modify it to make it a wireless remote control car. But by doing things like this, tearing things apart, if you can afford to and only put a little bit of money into it or spend on it, you can learn a lot. And that's what I'm doing right now. I am learning a lot, and I'm looking forward to getting this up so that I can show you guys how I am Frankensteining. That's exactly what I'm doing. Frankensteining a record player so that it works by using components from multiple other record players. I'll put out a video definitely next Sunday. Me and Becky got lots of records to share. Hopefully I'll have the record player almost completed and done, and then I can share that with you guys as well. Thank you for watching, and if you want to, please subscribe. I would really truly appreciate it. And we are on Instagram now. We're posting every single day. I'm posting photos of this build, and some of those photos I already showed you in this video. So jump over to Instagram, look for GVS Cafe, and that's where you'll find us. Thank you for watching Golden Final Spin. We'll see you next Sunday. Cheers, everyone. Remember, keep spinning.